Hello Reformers and welcome back. Now when we left off we had just taken our first castle and we now have one of the interloping vassals from the Fyhrr attempting to take it back, and we will not allow this. Of course, we will not allow this. Now bear in mind I have not done anything in regards to the script error, and yes, there are still those of you that are commenting that I need to restart the game. Unfortunately that's not the case. As I said in the previous episode, it does not change the error at all. Thankfully, we can still see the text box right now because I haven't had much opportunity to actually move around on the world map this time around, so we are going to get to see a little bit of the casualties, and, you know, I think that's pretty cool because it kind of doesn't feel like the same game if you don't have the casualties report right then and there, because then you're like, oh, that guy's getting a killing spree and so on and so forth. It's nice to know in real time what these things and, you know, people, what these people are actually capable of. You know, for example, Cedric. Very much like Cedric to continue his rather wonderful killing sprees and things like that. So yeah, it would be kind of nice. Anyway, this is an absolutely awful map. Have you noticed? Have you noticed? Yes, this is not very good. Alright, so we're gonna have to do a little bit of jiggery-pokery here, and we're gonna have to get our forces all the way down, and then climb all the way back up. And it's because of this big mountain. It's because of this big mountain right here. I mean, in reality, would you see this kind of thing happen? Probably not. I mean, maybe sometimes, yes, but this is a sheer cliff right there. And we could go up that if we wanted to, but obviously that is relative. Oh wow, we actually do have to go up here because the enemy is somewhere else. Oh, are you serious? Come on now. Oh dear. Okay, so come on, horsey, let's do this. We're gonna go backwards. Apparently. Yeah, that is pretty crazy in my opinion. Okay, so let's just continue going this way. Yeah, this is the right way to go. Should I just tell my people to charge in? Because it's taking way too long otherwise. And we really need to eliminate these guys as fast as we can so we can get back to defending the castle and seeing where we need to go next. I'd like to actually launch an attack against Dirim if at all possible, or I'd very much like to see where our Mithridian allies are going to end up. Now, what would be kind of cool is maybe if we could I don't really know. Maybe if we could leave the Mithridians and join another faction, or indeed make our own faction. I don't exactly know whether that's really gonna work, because right now we really don't have the greatest. Well, the script error is kind of the main thing that I'm thinking about right here, and it's kind of annoying to have that happen all the time, so not entirely sure, you know, what's actually gonna happen. I mean, it would be kind of nice to not have that, so who knows what's actually gonna happen anyway, because many of you have said, maybe I should just, you know, artificially, you know, cheat back all of that stuff, and that's absolutely fine. You know, I don't have a problem with doing that. I've done that before with Clash of Kings, for example, in, I think it was version 2.1, and then upgrading to 2.2, and yeah, I had to progress relatively harshly on that in that series, because we had amassed a pretty large army and a big kingdom as well. So yeah, I had to do something along those lines in that. And yeah, so that might be something that we end up doing, but it really depends. I mean, I don't really know at the moment. I'd like to be able to do something a little bit different. It seems like the Mithridians maybe are not the best fit for us at the moment. I mean, their units specifically are not very good. I mean, I don't want them to be overpowered. I don't want them to be extremely powerful and one of them can kill 10 men. You know, I don't want anything like that, because that's just a little bit, you know, a little bit dull to experience and to watch and, you know, all that sort of thing. So I'd like a nice balanced faction. And I'm thinking maybe we should join either, maybe the Agonic Order? The Agonic Order might be kind of fun, I don't know. I haven't actually taken a look at their troop trees in depth. Wow, that took a long time. Yes, Turgon Horse Archer. He was just chasing after that one guy for a huge amount of time. Anyway, there we go. We can just, you know, get some additional prestige. And these things are kind of pointless for me to take, so let's just continue waiting at the castle. I don't really want to recruit any troops, because that is going to make things, yeah, it's going to make things a bit annoying. But, yeah, there is that annoying thing. Oh yeah, by the way, this is the actual script error. This is the reason for it. Look at that. Yes. You are spotted by the castle guards who welcome you and open the gates for their Nordic king. I'm technically not the Nordic king, and wait, do I have this? Did he award this to us? I'm not entirely sure whether he did. Huh. Maybe he did, maybe he did. I think I can just take a look at the notes actually real quick. And yes, he did. Oh, that's actually pretty fantastic. Nice. Oh, look at that. Religion, Christianity, following Loki. I didn't know that. I didn't know that Loki was a Christian god. Well, that's rather amusing. All right, so yeah, I guess we're just gonna wait here for a little bit, and we're gonna see what happens. As you can see, the text log has now disappeared once again because of the script error. And, who do we have here? We have another fellow who is 33 strong. Don't really want to fight in the same exact map, so let's see if I can... Wow, this is going to be pretty funny, I think. Yep, 314 against 33. And it's a nice map. It's a nice map. So I'm pretty happy with that. Anyway, this is going to be a pretty easy steamroll, and maybe we'll get to take him prisoner. It would be kind of nice to take him prisoner, well, take him a little bit prisoner at least. I was going to say that if the liege had not given me Snook Castle already, then I probably would have, you know, said, hey, you know, maybe if he doesn't give it to us, we might be able to, you know, create our own faction, jump ship a little bit, because, well, they do have a pretty big chance of being declared war on from many factions, but they are obviously wanting to fight the Vaegirs at the moment, which I still think is a bit of a weird choice. But, oh well, never mind, doesn't really matter. And I guess the only other thing that we can do is just continue to wage war against the Vaegirs, which, again, I don't really like to do. I'd like to get a nice elite force going as well, and it feels to me like the Mithridians are not necessarily the faction to do that, so maybe we need to reevaluate things a little bit and see where we go after that. But yeah, I'm literally just charging in my own units here because the AI is going to take way too long to do anything in this particular situation, and we need to eliminate these guys as soon as possible. So let's do that. Come on now. Yeah, there we go. Nice hit. And I think we're actually doing pretty well, considering most of the Vaegir infantry are pretty high level, it seems. Alright, well, yeah, I decided to cut away there because some of the remaining enemies were taking so long to die because they were just running around on their horses being annoying. You know how those guys are. Yes. We now have wow, we have 26,000 florins? I didn't even know. Alright, yeah. As you can see, it's hanging on that particular screen right there for like 5 seconds. Ugh, can't believe it. And again, yep. Yeah, that is a pretty bad script error. I'm actually kind of surprised that there is actually something like that in this mod, because you would think after 5 versions, all of these things would be completely eliminated, and there are many, many bug fixes in place. And I've never experienced this one before, but obviously I've never made a faction and then joined another faction, so I suppose that might be, you know, might be kind of causing some problem there. It could also be that I did decide to recruit a couple of my own units all the way in Diggory's domain castle, very, very, you know, way back, and it could be that they are causing a bit of a problem because maybe they were recruited into the garrison, and then the faction was disbanded, and now they're just like, oh, what do I do? You know, that sort of thing. So maybe that's a bit of an issue. Anyway, let's see how many people they have in Dirim, because even though I personally feel like it's going to be pretty insane and very difficult, it might be kind of fun. So let's see if we can do it. Let's just actually see what's going on here. 342. That's actually not even that bad. I mean, they only have 2 marksmen. Should we try it? Should we actually try this? Oh my. We're gonna be, we're gonna be trying something extremely risky right here. Alright, let's do this. Let's just level up Diggory a little bit. Let's get him another point in strength, and maybe we should go for even more points in strength. Let's do that. Why not? Let's just go super strength mode. Alright. Now what we want to do is we want to besiege... Oh. Yeah, okay, so here's the thing. It's a siege tower. Okay. We're gonna do it. It's gonna take 66 hours. If someone appears out of nowhere, then I'm gonna stop the siege immediately and just run away, because we're already outnumbered pretty badly, and it's a siege tower on top of that, so the odds are not in our favor at the moment. Certainly not. Okay, so there we go. 4,500 we're getting. Look at the die works. Yeah, the die works is doing absolute work right now, 4,300. I upgraded it, I just employed a bunch more workmen, and then I'm able to get a huge amount from that. And let's actually just take a... Oh, I can't take a look at the notes. That's a shame. And they're now besieging that. It seems like I'm gonna have to... abandon it. I mean, I'd like to take Durham, but in the grand scheme of things, it feels very unlikely that I'll be able to. This guy only has 35. I really should put some people in there, but I don't really have the forces to be able to do that because the Mithridians are so far away. I think we're just in a really, really bad position at the moment, and it seems to me... Oh, this is... yeah, you know what I'm going to do? I'm not going to fight right on top of Snook's castle because that just gives us the worst tile set ever. But anyway, I think the reason we're having a pretty bad time here is because the Mithridians are just so far away, and they're really difficult to, like, be part of. You know what I mean? It's very, very difficult to go over there, get some units, and then come back and actually defend whatever you're, you know, whatever you're wanting to defend, you know, so castle, town, whatever. And the only reason I was able to do that semi-well last time is because of Maris Castle being in a pretty decent location, but Snook's Castle's a bit further away, so, you know, it's just gonna result in us having some pretty bad times, so I think in the grand scheme of things, it would probably be a good idea maybe to restart or play a different mod or something like that. I'm actually unsure. I have a couple of different mods in my mind at the moment, and I really don't know which one would be the most entertaining, I suppose you could say, because I was thinking maybe we should return to Warsword Conquest, because that's been a while. It's been a long, long time, and I only did mini-series on that, so it would be kind of cool to maybe do a bit of a larger campaign, and yeah, I mean, what else is there? I mean, I'm not entirely sure about the new version for, what is it now, Blood for Land, I think? Blood for Land is one of my favorite mods, actually, just because it tried to do the Age of Empires thing, and I absolutely love Age of Empires in general. So, yeah, I mean, I recently, recently picked up for very, very small price on Steam, what is it now? It was Star Wars Galactic Battlegrounds, or something along those lines, and it's basically Star Wars with an Age of Empires style. So it's well, I should technically say it's Age of Empires with a Star Wars skin, and I think that's pretty awesome. And I played as a Confederacy a little bit earlier, and yeah, just played for about 20 minutes or so because I don't have much time anyway. But I thought it was kind of fun to play as them super battle droids. You've got to get the super battle droids out there, and yeah, it was pretty cool. After I worked out what to actually do, because they rename all of the resources, you know, there's crystals and ore and all kinds of things now in comparison to previously in, you know, in regular Age of Empires. So yeah, anyway, enough about me going on about that, but yeah, that's the point. I did pick that up. Oh yeah, it's actually on sale right now, so if you're a fan of Star Wars and you're a fan of Age of Empires, you can actually pick that up on Steam right now. I don't know whether it's still going to be on sale at the time when you see this, but yeah, it's actually a pretty decent game. It's very old now, by the way, so yeah, maybe just take that into account. It is, I think, 16 years old, so that's pretty harsh. That's pretty harsh. Ooh, that's a nice axe. I like that. Oh, I like that axe. Yeah, I actually like Age of Empires in general. I used to play Age of Empires 2 and 3 with some friends a number of years ago. I think 4 years ago or something like that. It was pretty fun. And, yeah, anyway. Okay, so should we go for Dirtios or should we just... I don't know. Should we just throw all caution to the wind? It's just that I have Snook Castle under my control, and I don't really want to do anything that will jeopardize losing it. Is this guy serious? This is the guy that we just defeated. Are you serious? Okay, we're just gonna send all our guys in there just to kill them really quickly. And yeah, that's that. There we go. All right, so shall we just go full on into Dirim? I don't know. I have no idea. Well, with that out of the way, we've actually successfully built a siege tower. Now, do bear in mind that Snook Castle is currently under siege. Not entirely sure how long it's going to take them to take it, or if they've already taken it. But what I do know is that we're going to go all in here. We're going to go all in, and the defenders are coming out to meet our assault, which is actually not bad, because Vagiers are not particularly good at fighting. I hope. Oh dear, this is probably going to be pretty bad if we end up losing this particular engagement. We are going to be in a really, really bad position, but let's just try our best. Try our best. There we go. Come on now. Yeah, that was some nice damage. Let's just try and knock them all down. Ooh, there's someone behind me. How dare you? Are you this guy? Really? He is seriously able to parry absolutely everything I'm able to do? Yes, how wonderful of him. Anyway, we actually seem to be doing fantastically well, hilariously enough. I cannot believe it. I guess it's just because most of these guys are archers. I mean, look at them. There's a lot of skirmishers without shields. They barely had any heavy infantry to speak of, if they even have heavy infantry. Whoa, whoa, did you see that guy? He's going tumbling. It's one of the custom animations right there. Huh. Well, that's pretty interesting. Okay, well, there you go. That's it. That was easy enough, wasn't it? Yes, very easy. How many did we kill? Only 80. Hope I don't have to build the siege tower again. No, I don't. Thank you. Oh, phew. I was a bit worried there for a second. Okay, so the siege tower is actually pretty close to the walls as well. We might have an opportunity to take this, which would be pretty fantastic. I would like to be able to do it. But it all depends. It all depends on the opponent. And it depends on our Huskarls. Very much so, depending on our Huskarls here. Yes. Maybe we'll be able to do this. Okay, well, anyway. You don't want to see this siege tower move very slowly to the walls, do you? Alright, there it goes. The bridge? Question mark? I don't know. I don't know what it's called. It's a platform bridge thing. Yes, that has lowered. That has lowered, and we will now very easily get inside. I'm actually kind of surprised by this. Okay. I mean, I would have expected us to lose quite a few units, but I guess it's just because of our Huskarls. I mean, we have a huge amount of Huskarls. If I had only Mithridians, we probably would have had a very, very hard time of things here, but I do have to be still very, very careful here, because I can be eliminated, and as we've seen, it seems like Nova Aetas seems to have some kind of weird battle continuation. It seems like it maybe doesn't work precisely well, so I'm not entirely sure. Anyway, I'm going to have to press numpad 5 if I can see it. As I've said, my setup actually obscures my numpad, so it's difficult for me to see my healing button. Isn't that fantastic? Alright, so let's heal our units as well. Ooh, I love this layout. I absolutely love the layout of this town, personally. I remember way back when I was still playing as the original Barney, this was one of my favorite layouts, because you'd have all these enemy units running along here, and if you wanted to, you could go down there, try to do some commando moves, you know, try and take a commando unit behind enemy lines to try and break the enemy's defenses. That was really, really fun. So I like this layout quite a bit, and that's going to make things a little bit easier for us to defend as well, because I know the layout of this pretty well, and well, it has a siege tower, so I suppose that's going to make things a whole lot easier for us as well. But bear in mind that we do have a bunch of Huskarls, which in one way is a fantastic boon to our efforts, but in another way is kind of bad because we don't have any ranged units. I do have a couple of Mithridian crossbowmen, but I don't know how good they actually are in comparison to other ranged units of the mod. For example, Rodok sharpshooters, things like that. I think Rodok sharpshooters are probably the best that you can get. And then followed by Vagiers maybe, and then Saranids and so on and so forth. Maybe Swadians as well in there somewhere. Because obviously some of them do have different units and different ways of upgrading and things like that. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Come on now, let's do this. Let us eliminate them. I should actually have equipped my axe. I think the axe that I just gained would have been a really, really good addition for this siege, because we have a bunch of these guys prisoner now. We're taking them prisoner quite a lot. Let's just headshot as many of these guys as we can get. Do you mind? Do you mind getting out my way? Oh, that would be nice, wouldn't it? Yeah. Alright, so can I jump here? I don't really... Oh, no. Yes, if I jump and I die, that's really not going to be very good. Okay, so let's go over here, see if I can get a little bit of a snap in action going on. Yeah, there we go. That was a nice headshot. Maybe another one? Yeah, another one. Nice. Okay, so can I get another one? Wow, there are so many units down there. Really? How many have we killed so far? We've killed 200. That's pretty fantastic. And we haven't... How... What? I don't even understand. How are we not taking any losses right here? I have no idea. My damage modifiers aren't exactly the same as what they usually are. For me, they're always on medium. So in other words, easy. So they're in the middle, because I don't want to die too easily, and me being dead is usually not very fun to watch anyway, so yeah, that's generally the reason for that. But my units are on standard, normal difficulty, so it's very strange. Very, very strange. Maybe it's just that they really do not have a very good defensive force. Let's do it! Crowd surfing down here. Now don't die. Yes. No deaths for me, thank you very much. Okay, so let's see if I can just get on by here. Okay, we need to be very, very careful. Ooh, if I have just killed myself, I will be a bit mad, actually. Okay. Now, I'm not pressing tab. Wow. Okay. So I think well, we did do a crowd surf, which is pretty good. They still have 70. They still have they did take back Snow's Castle. That was to be expected. But that's okay. That's okay. In the next episode, we're going to take Dirham. No problem at all. Absolutely no problem at all. We actually... I can't believe it. I can't believe that we actually did that so easily. A lot of people have leveled up as well. I mean, I have 23 Huskarls, so I suppose that is primarily the reason why we were able to do so well. Anyway, that will be it for this episode. I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.